What's going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here, and we're gonna take a quick look at my roster here before we start the last set of nodes. These are the last set of nodes for Dark Dimension 3, and these are the characters you want to be pushing for. Now, do keep in mind, for these set of nodes, I'm only going to be sticking with 3 characters. So, first and foremost, we're going to go with the strongest, and the one that is absolutely essential is, obviously, I don't think this is a surprise to anybody that's new or playing the game currently. It's a Symbiote Spidey. He's pretty much built for Dark Dimension 3 and for raids, specifically Ultimus raids. So you need to have him, and as you guys can see here, I've got him pretty much tiered and geared, and he's also been one of my first starting characters for Dark Dimension 4 as well. So do keep in mind, when you guys are leveling him, you're not just going to be sticking him with Dark Dimension 3. He'll probably most likely be used for Dark Dimension 4 as well. Next off is Carnage. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody as well. As long as Symbiote Spidey's on your team, you got to have Carnage on there. He's going to be feeding a ton of turn speed to the whole team, and as you guys can see here, you want to make sure you can get his passive T forward as well for that increased speed. That's going to come in really handy, and it's going to be able to allow you guys to one-shot these nodes. Last but not least, we're sticking with Venom here. There's a lot of different choices with Anti-Venom, Scream, and specifically I'm sticking with Venom because he is at least farmable for a lot of you guys, and a lot of people might not have Anti-Venom or Scream leveled up or even farmed. So of course that's why I'm sticking with Venom here. Of course, if you guys have the other 2 characters as well, they are definitely you can definitely slot them in instead. Anti-Venom does really well as well, but I found that Venom, with his debuff spreading and the fact that he can ability block as well, he just forms such a nice synergy, as you guys will see here in the gameplay. But that's my lineup, guys, and those are the 3 characters that I will be using for the city nodes. So without further ado, let's quickly jump into Dark Dimension 3. Okay, so that's the roster side of things, and again, guys, I just want to say congratulations. If you guys have made it this far, give yourselves a huge pat on the back, because you're in the home stretch, and these are the last set of nodes. And specifically with this one, it's a good starting one, especially if you're running it for 3 characters. I'm going to be one-shotting these ones with 3 characters, but do keep in mind, if you have more than 3 characters, it's going to be a lot easier, especially if you have more than 3 symbiotes. You're going to just blast through these like it's a joke. But anyways, we're sticking with 3 in case, you know, I know a lot of people are going to have a hard time farming those alien spores and the biomats for these characters. We finished off last day with node 12, and we used this team, and it's a great solid team to get it done. So just so you guys are aware, that's the team I was running. But anyways, we're gonna jump into node 13 here, and this is the first one of the city nodes. And like I said already, if you guys have more than 3 characters, by all means, you know, use more than 3. But I'm gonna be sticking with 3 here, just because some of you guys might not have the materials for more than 5 characters, or 3 characters, excuse me, and we're going to be sticking with 3 just because I want to show you guys that it is indeed possible to finish off the city nodes with just 3 characters. So just you know, just don't go thinking, hey, you gotta wait for that 5 to finish it off. No, you absolutely don't. Even if you don't have the selected characters, as long as you got Carnage and Symbiote Spidey, I'd say you're probably in pretty good shape. And alternatives would be, I've seen people with Ghost Rider, some people have ran Defenders as well, but they had 7 reds on, like, I forget who it was, I think Daredevil and Punisher. So those characters are also really good. And as you guys see here, I mean, I've got Vulture and I've got Ghost Rider. So, I mean, those were some of the ones I used on my first run. But anyways, guys, let's jump into it. And like I said, you want to space these guys out so that way if they don't get the adjacent attacks, that's why I have them like that. And I don't know if this is the correct format or the correct formation, but it seems to work. So we're going to jump in here, and we'll do some gameplay, and then you guys can kind of see who we're going to target and how we get through this in one shot. I mean, for the first 2 nodes, it's pretty straightforward, and RNG doesn't really play that much of a role as long as your characters are geared and tiered. Do keep in mind, though, my Symbiote Spidey is tier 15, so that does make a difference, but I was able to one-shot this in the past, even when he was only level 75, so keep that in mind. So right off the bat here, we got a couple problems, because first you're going to get a huge barrage of attacks, and luckily for us, we've got Symbiote Spidey stun ready to go since we used him earlier on the nodes. So that is going to make a difference. If you guys have Symbiote Spidey, you want to make sure he has a stun ready to go for this wave, basically. Otherwise, without that slow in the stun initially, makes it a little bit more difficult for this node. So just keep that in mind. What I would recommend is running Symbiote Spidey on the first node number 1, so that way you can get his stun ready to go, and then you can stop using him from that point on, and you can keep it ready to go. But ability blocking Invisible Woman's key, because if you leave her alone, she's gonna barrier everybody, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Because you have to get through all the barriers, and it's a ton more damage mitigation, right? And you want to make sure you can get through and get these guys' health low, so that way you can get through. Venom, for sure, you want to make sure he's got Striker on there, so that way he can double rip buffs. That's going to come in really handy, because if Crossbones or Captain America taunt, he just rips, it guarantees that he's going to rip off that taunt. And then I like Venom because of the fact that he also spreads the debuffs. So as you guys see here, the ability block, or excuse me, the heal block, and then the debuff spreading, and it's just, yeah, there's no limit to that. Hela has, I think it's a limitation of 4 debuffs that she can spread to everybody, but Venom has no limitation to his debuffs. So if they have like 10 negatives, he's going to be able to spread everything across, which is probably one of the reasons why I have him in this one. Scream, I didn't find to be as useful because she was quite a bit squishier, so I didn't find her that great. But personally, if you have a preference, I would go for either Venom or Anti-Venom, and then take Scream last if you can. Other than that, I mean, I'd focus on Symbiote Spidey and Carnage first. Those are definitely the first 2. And then as you guys see here, I mean, after you take care of the problematic characters, it's pretty much straightforward. They just get an unbelievable amount of speed, and basically these guys don't even really get a turn. I mean, yeah, they're getting hits in, but that's just because Trooper's passive hits when adjacent targets get attacked, and that's pretty much it. I mean, and then from that point on, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just want to keep focusing the targets that have debuffs and then spreading them off, and then it's pretty much a cakewalk from that point on. Do keep in mind, guys, this 3-man team that I'm using, it's going to be good for all 4 nodes. So I'm not just unlike the cosmic ones where I only use 4 characters for the first 2. I believe it was 9 and 10. I was only using 4 characters, and then 11 and 12 I used 5. But for this one, you can actually do all the city nodes with 3 characters. So that way, it's to help you guys out. I mean, obviously, if you don't really need to have the 4th and the 5th characters, if you guys don't have them available, you can definitely one-shot these ones. And if you can't one-shot it, I mean, you're gonna get a pretty good solid attack attempt in, just because, yeah, we've got these symbiotes characters that are basically built for this game mode, and I would say that they were at least generous in the fact that they made these nodes doable and possible with 3 characters. So keep that in mind, all right? I believe the first guys that actually ran through Dark Dimension 3 the first time around, I mean, they used like 1 or 2 characters, and they got through it pretty good. So yeah, luckily for us, we can do the same thing. So anyways, that's it, guys. Short one for node 1 of the city nodes, or I guess it's node what is it, node 13 or something like that. But anyways, yeah, so that's 4 point something mil damage. I mean, it's a pretty good entry level one, and I was able to do it with Carnage and Symbiote Spidey as well with 2 characters, but it took a couple tries. So definitely, for sure, if you want to one-shot this one, you got to get 3 characters in there. But that's it, guys. Those are the 3 characters, and we'll catch you in the next one, all right? Take care, stay safe, and as always, guys, happy gaming.